Welcome to Learning for Engineers with Athini. I am Athini. So today we are going to study Geotechnical Engineering. In GATE exam, about 13 to 14 marks are the weightage of Geotechnical Engineering. So we have to study Geotechnical Engineering thoroughly. So we can go to lecture number 1. So first of all, we have to know why we are studying geotechnical engineering. What is the importance of geotechnical engineering? We know every building structures are built on soils, right? If soil is not capable of withstanding the weight or withstanding the structure, what will happen? It may failure, right? So before building any structure on soil, we have to know what are the properties of soil, and we have to check whether the soil is capable of withstanding the structure, right? So geotechnical engineering is the branch of civil engineering concerned with engineering behavior of earth materials. Clear? That is, geotechnical engineering is a study which is dealing with the behavior of the engineering behavior of soil. Very important question. Carl Terzaghi, the father of soil mechanics. Everyone please note Carl Terzaghi, the father of soil mechanics. Okay. Now, I will explain why the geotechnical engineering is very much important. Because the beam depends on columns, and this column depends on foundation, and this foundation depends on soil. So, if soil may failure, or if soil is not capable of withstanding this foundation failure will happen. When this foundation failed, the column will fail also, then beam also fail. So, the entire structure depend on soil. So, soil has a vital role. Clear? So, the importance of geotechnical engineering. Now, what is soil? Before explaining soil, I want to ask you one question. That is, what are the states of matter? We know, right? Solid, liquid, and gas. So, coming to soil, what are the matters of soil? Can you tell? I will explain with one figure once again. Look at the picture. Here, these are the solid particles. Here, water may be available, and here may be air. So, the phases of soil are solid, water, and air. These are the three phases of soil. Clear? That is solid, water, and air. Very important one. Please note the three phases of soil are solid, water, and air. So, this is our three-phase system. Three-phase system. Now, my question is, can soil exist as two-phase system? Two-phase system means solid particles is there and only air is present at the void. Only air is present. That is, water is not there. Solid plus air. Can soil exist like this? Yes, very good. So, this phase or this type of matter is called dry soil, because water is not there. Clear? Now, if air is not present, all voids are filled with water, this state is also present. This is called saturated phase. Saturated soil. There is no air Only solid particles plus water. Clear? These are the three phases, and two phases also exist. That is, first one solid plus air, that is called a dry soil. Next one is solid plus water, that is called saturated phase. Now next question, can soil be exist as one phase system, that is no voids present? No, because there is always void. Clear? So soil can exist as three phase system and two phase system. Clear? This is the introduction part of soil. Next, how the soil is formed. The process of formation of soil is called pedogenesis. Very important, note down. Process of formation of soil is called pedogenesis. Clear? Now, how soil is formed? This I am going to explain. Tell me how the soil is formed. We know that. Yes, weathering. Weathering. The soil is formed by weathering of rocks. So, what is weathering? Weathering is the process of breaking down rocks. Weathering occurs in situ or with no movement, and thus should not be confused with erosion, which involves the movement of rocks and minerals by agents such as water, ice, wind and gravity. Weathering means disintegration of rocks. It may be happen due to wind, ice, water, animals, etc. This can be occurred at the parent rock itself, or it can be transported. Okay, I will explain the soil formation cycle. So first you have to know the soil is formed by the weathering action of rocks. That's very important. Now, classification of weathering. Weathering is classified as physical weathering and chemical weathering. If the disintegration of rocks formed but the properties of the rock is not changed, it is called physical weathering. It can be due to water, air, wind, animals, etc. Chemical weathering means the weathering occurs due to chemical reactions, chemical actions. So because of that, the properties of parent rock may change. So it is called chemical weathering. Not that physical weathering, no properties are changed. Chemical weathering properties are changed. Clear? Next one, very important, soil formation cycle. I will explain. Soil formation cycle. This one is our parent rock. Then weathering takes place. Weathering takes place. After that, it is transported. Okay. Now, it's deposited or accumulated. Then again, upheaval. I will explain this one. Upheaval. Then again, go to parent rock. I will explain with one figure. That is, this is our parent rock. Okay. Weathering or disintegration takes place. The rock is disintegrated and this soil is transported to another position. Here it is accumulated and upheaval takes place. Again, it will show the properties as well as the parent rock. Again, same process repeated. Clear? This is how soil is formed. Next one, I will explain physical weathering. Physical weathering reduces the size of the parent rock without any change in the original composition of the parent rock. I already told that. The physical or mechanical process taking place in Earth's surface include the action of water, ice, temperature changes, wind and frost. Okay, they cause disintegration and the product are mainly coarse soil. I already told you, that is, the original composition of the parent rock does not change. Okay. So, impact or abrasion. This means if the particles such as sand are carried by the wind or water and act like sandpaper, that is, when the wind or water, here, like this, when the wind acts here, the abrasion takes place. So the rocks will disintegrate. Same like here, the water flow like this, and here the impact of water can happen. So the disintegration of soil happen. It is due to air. This is also due to air. Air means wind. Okay. So it act like sandpaper or abrasion or friction takes place. So the disintegration of parent rock occurs, then the soil is formed. Clear? So first one is impact or abrasion. Physical weathering. First one is impact or abrasion. Next one is splitting action of ice. So before explaining that, I have to ask, what is the volume of water and volume of ice? Which is greater? Yes, volume of ice is greater. So that property is explained here. That is, when the water enters here, it will become ice. So the volume of ice is greater than the water. So it pushes, right? So this rock will expand, right? Because here volume will be high. Expand means, so here expansion of rocks takes place, that may lead to disintegration of soil. That is splitting action of ice. Clear? Note down, volume of water is less than volume of ice. Clear? Next one, erosion due to gravity. From the figure itself we can identify what is the erosion due to gravity. You should note down this, because in GATE exam it may be the options will be the what are the physical weathering. So erosion due to gravity and splitting action of ice and impact or abrasion. Next one is physical weathering due to plants and animals. These animals will dig like this, so disintegration takes place. Same like the root of the plants will go through the rock, then disintegration will take place. Clear? So what are the physical weathering? Weathering due to plants and animals, splitting action of ice, impact or abrasion, and erosion due to gravity. Clear? These are the physical weathering. Note down this one. Next one is chemical weathering. Chemical weathering not only break up the material into smaller particles but alters the nature of the original parent rock itself. Chemical weathering. Chemical weathering not only breaks up the material into smaller particles but alters the nature of original parent rock itself. I already told in the previous class, that is, it alters the nature of original parent rock. So the main process are hydration, oxidation, carbonations. Okay. So chemical weathering, hydration, carbonation, oxidation, solution, hydrolysis. Note down this one: hydration, carbonation, oxidation, solution, and hydrolysis. So options will be what are the chemical weathering? So hydration, carbonation, oxidation, solution, and hydrolysis. Note down. Next important chemical weathering is dissolution or leaching. This means some rocks dissolve completely when exposed to rainwater. So this is our rock. If it is exposed to rainwater, some rocks dissolve completely. So two important ones are rock salt and limestone. Note down rock salt and limestone. When these rocks dissolve, the material which make them become ions in solution in the water and are carried away with it. That is, when the rainwater comes here, the materials, when these rocks dissolve, the material become ions and the water will carry these ions from this. Clear? So this process is called leaching. Very important one, leaching or dissolution. Some rocks dissolve completely when exposed to rainwater. Two important ones are rock salt and limestone. Please don't talk. Okay. Next one, type of soil. What are the type of soil? I already told, when a disintegration takes place, soil is formed. It may be transported to another place or it remains at the near of parent rock. Clear? So the soil which remained at the parent rock, they are called residual soil, and the soil which is transported with the help of water, wind, animals, etc., that is called a transported soil. Residual soil which remains at the near of parent rock, and transported soil which is transported away from parent rock. Now, transportation of soil. Depending on the agent, these transported soils are classified into aeolian soils, that is wind, transported and deposited by wind. Water. If water is the agent, it is called alluvial soil. You have to note down this one because in the GATE exam it will be asked like, if the soil is transported by water, what is that soil called? That is called alluvial soil. That's why I am telling, please note down. If the wind is the transporting agent, it is called aeolian soil, and if water is the agent, it is called alluvial soil. And transported by glaciers, it is called glacier deposit or glacier. If it is transported by gravity means it will be deposited to down. If it is transported due to gravity, it is called a colluvial soil. And transported by water and deposited in lakes, note down, transported by water and deposited in river bed, it is called alluvial soil. Transported by water and deposited in lakes, it is called lacustrine soil. You can remember like this, lakes, the starting letter is L, so it is lacustrine soil. Clear? And transported by water and deposited in seas, it is called marine soils. So remember that the soil is transported by water. If it is deposited at a river, it is called alluvial soil. If it is deposited at a lake, it is called a lacustrine soil. It is deposited in seas, it is called marine soil. So in this lecture, we have studied what is geotechnical engineering, father of soil mechanics. Then what is soil? There are 3 phases and 2 phases available. If 2 phases, solid and air is there, it is called dry soil, and solid and water is only there, then it is called a saturated soil. Then how soil is formed, process of formation is called pedogenesis, and soil is formed by weathering actions. Then what is weathering? 2 types of weathering, physical weathering and chemical weathering, and how soil is formed, the formation cycle. And physical weathering. What is physical weathering? Physical weathering does not change the original composition of the material, and physical weathering are impact or abrasion, splitting action of ice, erosion due to gravity, and weathering due to plants and animals. Next one is chemical weathering. Chemical weathering changes the nature of the parent rock, and chemical weathering are hydration, carbonation, oxidation, solution, and hydrolysis. Next one, leaching process. Leaching process will dissolve the parent rock and it will transported that ions from that. Okay. So, type of soil, residual soil, transported soil, soil which remains at the parent rock, it is called residual soil, and if the soil is transported by some agents are called transported soil. According to the agents, it will may be classified as, if it is wind, it is aeolian soil, if it is water and it is deposited in the river, it is called alluvial soil, if it is deposited at the lakes, it is called lacustrine soil, if it is deposited at the seas, it is called marine soil, and transported by glaciers, it is called glaciers, and if it is transported and deposited by gravity, it is called colluvial soils. These are the topics which I covered in this class. Next class I will explain index properties, etc. Okay, so please subscribe my channel and press the notification bell. I will help you with another video. Okay, thank you so much, and you can tell me the comments or suggestions in the comment box, so I will cooperate that also. So I hope you like my class. Please subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you.